What's up, Karitori fans? It's Dan. Quick update on the 200SX. If you remember in the walk around video that I did mention there was a squeaking issue on the rear subframe. Now I've taken it into the workshop and removed the rear subframe. I do apologise for not filming taking it out. I did actually forget the camera, but this one's just a quick update of it being out, and we'll have a walk around, see what features it's got, etc., and just kind of go through what I had to do to take it out. So this is it on the floor. Whole lot, all freshly powder coated, pretty pink colour. It's a bit dirty at the moment. I will give it all a clean, but I do believe that the squeak is coming from where it's all polybushed here. So I'm going to remove all these, clean them all up, and re-grease them, and then put it all back together. Yeah, just a quick run around of having a look of it. There's obviously our welded diff. Right, now having a look underneath, it's quite simple to get off. Exhaust, a couple of hoses that feed the oil into the welded diff, handbrake cables, a connector, and then coilovers, which is 1 bolt, and then just 4 bolts to take the actual subframe out. Right, so we've got the bushes out, a bit of a tackle. Not really too hard, but just needed a bit of force. These ones are split into 2 sections, one sitting on top of the other, with a metal cylinder in between for the location of the for the bolt. As you can see here, quite simple. These goes in there, press them in, and one at the bottom. That's obviously what's given us the hard ride on the rear subframe. I'm going to clean them up and grease them up and fit it all back together. Right, so I've greased them all up, gave them a clean and everything, got rid of any of the dirt that might have been on it. You can see here I've used silicone grease, as I found that's probably the best thing for poly bushes like this. Please leave in the comments below if you think there is something better, but from doing a bit of research and from experience, I found that silicone grease is probably the best thing to use. So now we've got Hannah over here just cleaning up the subframe, making it all look pretty again. Squeezed a couple in already, just going to fit them all back in, clean up the rest of it, and then start the process of fitting the subframe back in. Right, so pushed all the poly bushes back in, all freshly greased and whatnot. Giving the subframe a little clean, so really starting to show its colours. Now we're going to tackle getting it back in. Hey, what's up guys? Just a quick update on the 200SX. Just kind of want to run through exactly what I've been doing recently. It's been quite hard to film what's been going on with the repairs and what I'm doing, because I'm doing it all sort of by myself at the moment. So this video is kind of a bit hit and miss with sort of an order. So that's why I'm kind of doing this, just to run through exactly what I've done. Obviously we've seen the subframe out and the poly bushings being greased up and changed. I didn't film taking it out, but I had it obviously had it out and filmed around there. Currently it's back on and the wheels are back on the car, and it's sitting back this way in its normal position. I haven't actually obviously had a chance to drive it yet, as I'm still carrying out some work on it, but I will give a full drive review when the car's finished. At the latest, I've taken the front wheels off, and I'll take you to the engine bay exactly what I'm doing. As you can see, it's a bit bare at the moment. Taking the cam covers off because I saw that the cam cover was cracked and was causing a leak down the gearbox that was dropping to the floor. So I've ordered some new cam covers for that. And I've also taken the turbo off. And the reason why I've taken the turbo off, if I take you to the turbo. Okay, so the reason why I took off the turbo was that the exhaust was shooting out a bit of oil. So I kind of wanted to take this off and kind of inspect everything. I couldn't see any signs of oil going through the any of the exhaust ports out of the engine. It all looked pretty dry in the engine itself, so it wasn't really showing signs of valve seals. So that's kind of a relief. There was no signs of any oil on the inlet or the exhaust.
So a bit strange. I reckon I'm going to just have to have a clean out of the exhaust and reassess really. But I did give this a good inspection, stripping it all apart and that. Everything seemed to look okay until I did find a slight crack. Is maybe a bit difficult, but down the exhaust manifold, exhaust port of the turbo, there is a crack, fracture. So I've ordered a new turbo for this. The turbo that I've ordered is another Garrett. It's slightly bigger, just to be a bit more foolproof for the future. It's not crazy big. I'm not hunting for crazy power, obviously, as it is a drift car, but it just shows it's a bit more reliable. It's another Garrett, a T28 71R. So the bores are slightly bigger, so it's obviously going to let air more air in and out, and hopefully give me a bit more reliability. So that's just kind of the latest of what's going on, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video.
Young one.
Quick update. Got new cam covers and giving them a respray. Gone with yellow today. Indeed. Oh. And Liam's here with Sean. Let it dry, boy. Right,
You got a drip.
I know!
You need to sand that all off again.
I know, just that bit.
No, you can't be driving around with paint looking like that, son.
Oh no, that's why I'm coming back tomorrow.
You can't be in Carry if you've got a paint drip on your
I know, that's why I said I'm doing it again tomorrow. 75 kilos. So we are finally in the rebuild process of the 200SX. Obviously the subframe's all in, and it's sort of the issue with the turbo with a slight fracture in the exhaust port. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but I also had to change the cam covers due to a leakage. So I took them off, inspected them, and this is what I found, is that there's quite a bit of damage on one of the bolt holes, and this was obviously seeping out the engine, all going down to the gearbox and everything. So I'll give that all a clean off. So I ordered a couple more. They did originally come in red, but I kind of changed them to yellow, so it gives the engine bay a bit of a statement. Some people may like it, some people may not, but I think it's a little bit different. It's a bit mix and match underneath the engine, but I think it looks pretty good. So yeah, I'm just building this in at the moment. Now we've got a bit of a setback with the turbo with the new Garrett, unfortunately, and that's due to imports, and it's kind of being held back due to obviously what's going on. So that should be here hopefully next week, and then we can finally start building that all in together. As you can see, it's all still stripped out and everything, so we can start putting the new Garrett in. But yeah, at the moment it's just the building of the cam cover. I'm going to give it a service as well, obviously change the oil just in case the turbo done any damage. I don't think it did, but it's better to be safe than sorry, especially the way this car is going to be running. Also obviously going to change the coolant, put some fresh stuff through so that the turbo has everything new going through it. So yeah, that's about it at the moment. So the new turbo's arrived, let's get building it. So built it all the parts back on, like all the exhaust pipe and the manifold, etc., and the intercooler intake, and all the braided lines, and it looks like it's all pretty much ready to go.
Everything's ready and Daniel is almost done.
Yeah, baby.
You only have 3%, so.
Uh-oh, turbo's in, and it's gonna start up in a minute.
Whee. So yeah, double check everything and then we'll start the baby up. Go on then, fire her up.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear. Cats. As well. Spark plugs.
We'll go.
You gotta get the oil going around, didn't you? Bit of smog. Any sensors missing? Smells quite fuely. Well, we'll get back to you on that one. The camera died, but it started working. It's running. It's running. Poor Smoggy. Hell yeah. Jeez. Shall I air it out? Smells a bit rich, but first turbo replacement for the squad.
She's alive with a bigger turbo. She's beautiful. So as you saw, the camera died when it was running in the workshop. So since then, taking it for test drive, seems to be pulling and running absolutely fine. I'll give you a quick overview of the engine bay and where the turbo sits and everything like that, and the new cam covers now that we're in daylight and out of the workshop. Also to mention, I did fit a new bumper, if you haven't seen it already, and some front wings. These ones are extended by 55mm because previous ones were only 25, and I did have some rubbing issues. There will be some spaces going on just to get that fitment nicer. But here we are underneath the bonnet. Now we're in daylight, you can see the cam cover a little better, and there's our new turbo down there. Still needs a bit of a clean underneath, still some signs of oil, but there are no leakages, which is good. Just need to give it an overall clean from where it leaked previously. Following this, there'll be some driving footage. I'll see you then. Back at the unit now after taking the 200 out for a drive. Let us know what you think in the comments below about the turbo conversion, and obviously the whole video of taking the subframe out. Don't forget to like, subscribe on our Facebook page and our Instagram page. Links will be in the description down below. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you later.